What's your message to Hoosiers now that you've withdrawn from the governor's race?
We love Indiana.
Everyone is talking about the road commission, which is actually just up the road from me, but I'm down here on this section to show you what part of the problem is. It's roads like these that you can see they are in really rough shape. Kitchen that's behind this door need to be delivered to the people that rely on them. So the council is asking you to help out if you have some time and a car that you can drive. We just got a briefing from police, and I can tell you there are a lot of moving pieces to this. I'm actually going to reference to the notes I just took on my phone. We just met with the congressman, and he joined 2 senators in forming some bipartisan legislation that helped change the eligibility for this award. I'm not even sure you can hear me right now because the wind gusts here on Silver Beach are so extreme. Hopefully you could see this. Andrews University has around 3,400 students on campus each semester. A quarter of them, 1/4, are from outside the U.S. How many of you would like to see Superintendent Dr. Shelley Walker leave the district? The Republican National Convention kicks off next Monday, so time is ticking for Trump to choose his nominee. I am here on the convention floor, and this is where Indiana's delegates will be sitting throughout the week. You can see behind us the confetti still falling. Most of the balloons have made it down to the crowd. We've been on the road all day, heading down to Atlanta, Georgia for this weekend's DNC chair vote. Mayor Pete has built up a decently sized campaign team that includes a slew of volunteers from across the country. The incline on this property is so steep now because of the erosion, so I'm filming on my phone, but I wanted to walk down it to give you guys a closer look at the city of New Buffalo's pump house that its water supply relies on. It's literally in danger of falling into the lake. A bit of a changing in the tides in the coverage. We're talking about excitement and about people journeying out here to celebrate, but there's a whole new group of people coming out here tomorrow to demonstrate. This is, the Women's March on Washington. What compelled you to be here today and to participate?
A very large media presence has gathered for this 6 o'clock press conference. People are in shock. They're in disbelief. This is a beach town. This is a tourist attraction.
I'm joined now by Benton Harbor Mayor Marcus Muhammad and St. Joe Mayor Michael Gary. Guys, thank you for joining me on this solemn anniversary. This entire space was once a man, his name is Mike, his workshop, where his career was, completely demolished, blown away. I'm going to flip over to the Facebook Live before I go to my first soundbite. Some of them are outside the front office. Some of them are across the street by the Berrien County Administration Building. I caught up with one of the demonstrators earlier today to ask her why she wanted to be a part of this. Community members here are on opposite ends after the mayor suggested he and future mayors should get either a salary or a stipend. Why shift that money toward you when it could go toward potholes and the schools and infrastructure? Is there a specific reason you won't attend that town hall or another town hall that may be set up? Is there a specific reason?
No, there really isn't.
The smoke here is just incredible, and I could say I've been here throughout the day. The smoke used to be about a half mile down that way, but it's shifted over to this area just to show the power of that wind. There's a piece of chalk on the end here. They would walk up to each tire just like this and mark it with some chalk. I got a tip about this last night and decided to come here today to check it out. Chief Lozada says this tragedy goes to show just how deceptive these waters can be because accidents like this don't happen here that often. We actually have iced tea and cocoa. Hi guys.
How you doing?
I'm Taylor. We're with ABC 57 in South Bend. Of the 1,400 jobs that were originally going to Mexico, about 600 of them from this plant are still heading down there. I've spoken with a number of residents today, some who told me their parents who are elderly have rashes or their children have reacted poorly to the water here. It is on the minds of everyone, and it is not going to leave the minds of everyone until this problem is solved in a more permanent fashion. It starts here on Main Street. The city wants you to turn onto Port Street if you're heading to the beach. You then take a quick right here onto State Street, just like that car did, and you follow the road down as it turns left into Water Street. Water Street becomes Vine Street, winding you around to here. This is Broad Street, which brings you straight to Silver Beach and all the amenities in downtown St. Joe. Cass County Sheriff's Department says the truck was driving northbound here on M40 around 6:30 this morning when a tree in this general area fell toward the road. It hit the passenger side of that truck right as it drove by. Pieces of that tree still here hours later. The truck then continued down the roadway for another 250 feet, crossing the yellow line and crashing into another tree, the tire tracks showing the path. This embankment follows all the way down this road, so it's built here, okay? But then if you notice where this flooding is,
The embankment is completely washed away.
It's closed right now because back here is a pickup truck that was carrying a trailer that had an RV on it, and you can see right here, that's what's left of the RV. We're on Facebook Live right now on the ABC 57 page. So everybody, this is Adele, and these are her friends. And we'll keep moving because I don't want to slow you down. What we're also doing throughout this town hall, in between questions and answers from our panelists, is you're going to hear from some citizens who have some testimonials that they said they wanted to share during this. Where Donald Trump is a genius is that he not only infused his supporters with, build the wall, with, all of his phrases that he attached, but he made fake news something that they could say, oh, if I don't like something, then it must be fake news. You had residents who want their roads to be improved, but then they say, wait a second, I don't know if I can afford even 1%, because that's what this tax is. It's 1% on the income for people who live in the city and for businesses. It's 0.5% for people who work in the city but don't live there.
Live from Michiana, this is ABC 57 News.
Thank you for joining us for this ABC 57 News Brief. I'm Taylor Popielarz. Ohio Governor John Kasich says he is still not prepared to endorse Donald Trump, and he is still unsure who he will vote for come November. 10:40 on this Sunday morning, a beautiful day outside. We've been noticing our friend on the Silver Beach camera.
Hi, friend.
Yeah, I think we're naming him Billy. Billy the bug.
Billy the bug.
The unknown species of bug.
A routine traffic stop. Just before 2 o'clock Wednesday morning, a car pulled over for speeding on I-94 West.
The troopers began to approach the vehicle, but before they could get there, it took off.
A chase began, soon winding off exit 28 of I-94 and looping on to M139 South.
What happens next gets confusing. Police tell me the chase continued on M139 until it veered off into a residential area here in Berrien County. That's when they say the car crashed into a vacant home. Police could not tell me today the address of that home, and neighbors in this area couldn't point me in the right direction, but police say when that car crashed, 3 people were taken into custody, but another 3 people ran away. The crime spree continued on foot. That's when neighbors say the suspects crossed through this path that connects Windwick Drive, looking for another way to get away. That led them to this house that sits in a sleepy subdivision. The suspects stole the Buick sitting right in that driveway and tried to make a run for it again. But their second attempt was not too successful.
They made it about halfway through the Windwick neighborhood, police on their tail before crashing again.
This right here used to be a cast iron mailbox, but it doubled as a barrier that night, not only stopping the car, but also stopping those suspects.
One by one, each meal is sealed, stored, and carried out to be delivered. I'm riding today with Phyllis and Stan Mason, who have been delivering Meals on Wheels for the last 2 years.
We didn't realize how important this job was until we, met people individually and realized that we have changed their lives and made their life better. There she is.
Good morning, Georgiana.
One of their clients is Georgiana Wixon of Dowagiac.
It's just a comfort to know that the meal is coming.
But each meal only makes it thanks to volunteers.
Janet, Meals on Wheels.
It actually takes between 12 and 16 individuals a day to deliver the food to all of our participants. And in the last month, we've lost 4 drivers. So we have 2 days where we actually don't even have enough drivers.
Phyllis and Stan volunteer every other Thursday. We made 12 stops today. But the demand only grows.
One of the reasons it's important is it not only ensures that the senior citizens have the nutritional supplements that they need to have for the day, but it also provides many of our senior citizens the only social contact they get at all.
A point proven during our drop-off at Georgiana's.
We love you, of course.
Thank you, and I love you folks too.
Good morning.
Meet Verdella Charles.
He's from the television station taking a picture of me delivering papers.
You won't forget her.
She is the best delivery lady I've ever known.
It's 6 o'clock on a snowy Friday morning outside her Cassopolis home.
Boy, take a while to sweep all this off. I'm gonna have to get a broom.
She dusts off the newspapers dropped in her driveway before sunrise.
That's heavy.
And after starting her car,
I put on 2 pairs of pants, so I gotta dig down in there and get my key out. Started right off.
she breaks out the broom. Temperatures in the teens.
Afraid my fingers are gonna get cold before I get done.
A few minutes later, we are on the road, completing a paper route Verdella has done for 60 years.
Today is the 9th.
This journey began
1956, May the 14th.
and Verdella has not quit.
Boy, you have to take your time. It's awful icy.
She started when she was 17.
Oh boy, it is icy.
She's now 77, but not slowing down.
We're getting it.
You just get to know Verdella because you see her, and you just are amazed at the fact that she is out in the weather day after day delivering papers and never complains about her job.
Sandra Larkin is the other woman in that photo, awarding Verdella a plaque in October for her decades of work.
She deserves it. She deserves it.
Verdella rarely misses a shift.
Gotta take my time.
It takes her about 3 hours to deliver papers to 63 homes.
That's quite a while, ain't it? For a little dinky route like this.
She may call it dinky, but she takes it very seriously, meticulously learning who each of her customers are.
Tony Huber was once the president of the town. That's the Andersons back there. This is Raymond Strom. I went to school with this boy, James Fitzsimons.
And delivering their paper exactly as ordered.
I put all mine inside the door, or where the customer likes it. Yeah, he has a box. It'll be all wet with snow in it, and he won't want it wet.
Her decades of experience
went right up there where I want it.
Are evident. How long will she keep going?
Well, I don't know, as long as I'm able.
Her next-door neighbor, Carolyn, hopes that means a long time.
I don't know what this town would be like without her. We've lost a lot of people, but Verdella, that would be a big hole in this community.
Cassopolis without Verdella.
You have to be kind of careful how you walk on some of these places.
Unthinkable to many, though this small piece of recognition was unexpected.
I was surprised, because I didn't think anybody cared about me.